30 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing.
Okay. Good. Let me say how many attendants we've got.
Okay.
We've got, 15 already. So we have Lily here. I saw Gail Johnson. I saw Joy G. Yeah.
I don't see Joy.
It's not a Joy. He's my student. He's one of my master students in psychology.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I don't see anybody except me and you and Chen.
Okay. I'm happy you say me anyway. If you click and if you click my head or my chest anywhere and look at the bottom, you will see the attendance. And you click them again, you will see a list over there.
Right. I got
it. Brilliant.
Where are you, Kevin? Where are you?
I'm in China for the moment.
China?
Yeah.
Good for you. How is it cold there or raining?
Not really. It's sunny actually. So my city is called Qingdao. Probably it's quite new to you. But if you have been to a restaurant, a Chinese restaurant in Canada, 90%, I'm pretty sure, there's a kind of beer which is called Qingdao beer. So that name is actually my city name.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I've been to China, but very little, very small part, you know. But I was there for 4 weeks. Yeah, but that was back in 90. That was back in I don't know, maybe 99 or 2000, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a long time ago, over 20 years ago. It's completely different now. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So you're born in Canada and you live there most of your time.
No, I was born in Canada, married, had 4 children here. Then in my 40s, I had a divorce, and then I moved to the States and lived in the States for 25 years. And then we moved for 15 years to Belize.
All right. To Malay?
No, Belize, B-E-L-I-Z or Z-E. It used to be British Honduras, just south of Cancun.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very interesting experience.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, lovely. Let's see. Where's Lela? We're waiting for you when you do. Oh, yeah, I think Lela.
Hi, Doctor. Hi, Gail. How are you? Nice to see you guys.
Is that Lela? The beautiful, attractive lady. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. All the time I'm bothering you. Nice to see you,
finally I see your face. Yeah. So where are you, Lela?
I'm from Iran and I'm living in India now.
Okay, namaste. Is that right? Namaste.
Namaste. Yes, we say namaste in Iran. We say salam, salam, durud.
Salam. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of Muslim friends. Yeah, salam. Yeah. Finally, we see each other.
Oh yeah, very good.
Yeah,
nice.
So it's really great. We have a group of attendants here. You told me most of them are students in psychology, right?
Yes, they are students of psychology from India and other countries. Today, actually, Dr. Kevin, we have more than 50 registration, and we have from different countries, not only from India. We have attendees from Europe, US, from Iran, and as you see the names, there is many Iranian names here as well. So we hope we will get more attendees, but we can start the class today, and then we all are hearing to you. If you have, I think we can start. If you let me, it is exactly 9 o'clock IST. If you let me, I say one welcome words. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
It's a mixture. We have people, we have attendants from different backgrounds, different countries. Yeah. That's really interesting. Can I talk to some of you, or let me know some of you? Where are you from? Anybody from Bombay? Anybody from Bombay? Mumbai, the old name, old Delhi. Let me know, please. You can type in the chat box. Anybody from India? Let me know. Yeah, I saw some Indian name.
I know many of these attendees need to is from India. Yeah, they're right, doctor.
Yeah, I've got some. So we got a man. Hey, I'm from India. Yeah, nice to know you, man. And India, yeah, it's like a Bahashak. Yeah, Kothari. Yeah, you're from India. Lovely. I've been to India a long time ago. I lived in Bombay, Sector Bara. Is that Washi, Sector Bara? Bara is that 12 in Indian, Hindu, right? Bara.
12,
yeah, I've been there. Yeah, thank you. Lovely. So basically, I'm a psychologist, clinical psychologist. And in this room, there are also some of my students in clinical psychology, some PhD students, some master level. First of all, do you like to take a look of my therapy room and my office in China? So it's going to be interesting. So let me show you around. Right, so that you can see everything. So here is the main room where I entertain my important guests. Because you're my important guest, so I will talk to you in this room. Here is bookshelves. So this level, the books like arts, quite general. And the up level is books in psychology. So this is one of the therapy room. One of my students, I also one of my contracted therapist, she likes this room, so she uses this room. And this is another room, another. Jixiang, she likes this room, so she usually uses this room. And the up level is my room. I like this lady. Don't ask me who she is, but I just like her face. So that's my room. This is where I receive my clients. We usually take initial contact here. We communicate here in this room. And this is my hypnotherapy so far. So you can sit here and it's a so you can lie in this cozy so far. And of course, I give you a very cozy blanket sheet. And here, I usually take a cup of coffee or tea, a nice cup of tea or cigar in the morning. So just imagine the beautiful sunshine in my city. Here are the books. I can also say hi to some other guests or friends over there. So these are all books, some in Chinese, some in English. Yeah, I like, to collect arts, lots of paintings and antique arts from Europe. So I will also show you the ground floor. I like this boy. Anyway, so this is the ground floor. It looks like a cafe or a bar. Don't be and everything like that, because when you have different clients, you do not want them to talk to each other unless, until they like to share. Otherwise, they're going to be in an embarrassing situation. Let me talk to you. So, hi, what's the problem with you? So, bar, we have a coffee machine. We can make teas, wines, beer, fridge over there. And this is kind of like a canteen. We sometimes we have dinner here. Here's a meeting room where we carry out some training. So that's it. Here's PowerPoint we play. And here's something we call sound play therapy. So here are little toys for boys, children. I'm sorry, legs are broken, but my assistant will fix it. I designed the furniture, the cabinet, the shelves, and I got patent. So a lot of different things here. So basically, this is my office. Okay, I will go back to the VIP room and I will talk to my VIP guests. I usually work with my like 3 or 4 a day. I'm available here in my office, but because of now it's quarantine, so I do online. I will switch now to my laptop so that I can share my screen. So I will see you in 10 seconds.
Lily? Lily?
Yes. I think we lost the connection. Thank you so much, Dr. Kevin. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Leila, founder of Lily Excellence Center. This is Gail, our educational planner and our consultant. She's showing her books, but she's working in Hypnotherapy, and we are with a psychology workshop with Dr. Kevin. Yes, Gail.
Yeah, here you go.
Here you go, doctor. I was waiting.
Yeah.
Yes,
I can see your faces.
Hello.
Dr. Singh, I see you. I love your mustache. I wish you keep that mustache.
Dr. Singh, from India, I guess.
Yeah, like that.
Welcome.
I see handsome a man. Wow, you look like a little bit like Sherlock Khan, yeah? No, American.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him.
Okay. So yeah, when I was in India back probably 10 years ago, the most famous movie star is Sherlock Khan and Karina. But now probably it's Amir Khan. But Amir has the most popular movie star in China. Lots of fans. Okay, I'm gonna start to share my screen.
Dear all attendees, I request please write in chat box from which country and city you are joining us, and please mention your profession where you are working. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leila.
Thank you, doctor. Over to you.
So here today we're going to discuss about stress and how to manage stress. So as Leila told me, some of you are quite interested in this topic. So today I'm not gonna talk like a professor, which means it's quite academic and boring. So my intention is to give you some very practical and useful techniques about how to manage stress, and from a different perspective of view to understand what is stress. So this is not stress, okay? This is me. This is Kevin. I started in England. I got PhD in applied psychology and also PhD in healthcare system management. I'm PhD tutor in Philippine Christian University, and there are probably 6 or 7 my students. I guess 2 PhD students and the rest of the master level. I am certified trainer by ITA. ITA is shorted for International Trainer Academy. So with headquarters based in London, in Croydon. And quality board member of ICANN. ICANN means International Coaching Alliance. I'm also deputy member of IAPP, International Association of Psychological Practitioners. I'm also a member of BPS, British Psychological Society. I'm a certified hypnotherapy of International Holistic of Natural Medicine Association, and also NGH, which is the largest hypno association in the world. And I'm also a certified NLP trainer by John Grinder, the co-founder of NLP. First of all, I have got something for you, a little gift, a question. This is one of the features that professors like. So what is stress according to you? This is the first question. And second, can you give some examples about when you experience stress? So can I have some of you to give us example and your understanding about stress? Have we got volunteers?
I experienced
with
stress.
your permission, Dr. Kevin, can I ask you, everybody, please turn on your video? Can you please turn on your camera that we can see your beautiful face? And
yeah, please.
Kevin can interact with you in proper way. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please mute yourself as long as you do not talk. If you would like to talk, turn on your microphone and show me your smart, beautiful face.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you for your cooperation.
We got Gail. So, Gail?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I experience stress when I run into dealing with bureaucracies and paperwork and one more, what do you call it? I guess I'm just tired of having with all the identifications going. Every time you get on a plane, you got to prove you don't have a disease. You got to prove who you are. You have to prove you're not bringing a bomb. You have to prove. In other words, I'm tired of feeling guilty and I have to prove my innocence in every darn damn thing I do.
That's a very good example.
Makes me very angry.
Thank you, Gail, for your contribution. I think most of us have also experienced something similar. It also happened to me when I was a middle school students. I hate papers. When I have to see my teacher, my tutor, they have to check my papers. I got stress. So that happens every day. Yeah, it's not something new when we talk about stress. Thank you. Okay, let me turn. Right. So.
May I
share
Charlotte,
example
please. Of stress? Yeah, I think stress is a kind of feeling that makes us strain. For example, Eric, sometimes when I have to give an important lecture, I feel nervous. Although I think I am not, but it affects me.
Yeah, thank you, Charlotte. That's a very good point. Because Charlotte is my PhD student. She's also a lecturer. She works in a university based in Fuzhou. So she mentioned one point, which is interesting. Anxious and stress is probably something you're not aware. I talked to many of my clients. For example, today I got a very young client. He's only 14 years old. He's a boy. And he told me, I cannot go to school, but I'm not stressed. that really is something out of our conscious. Yeah, it happens sometime. Thank you, Charlotte. So let's look at what stress is. Stress is your body's reaction to pressure from a certain situation or event. So, for example, Gail and Charlotte, they mentioned about a lot of different situations or events. It can be a physical, like, I've got clients, when they got stressed, they're starting to shake, or mental, or emotional reaction. Maybe it's your job, a family illness, or money troubles. These are common triggers. So we got them triggers, stress started to come to us. According to a recent study, about half of all Americans say they're dealing with moderate stress. So usually when we say psycho problems or psycho disorders, we talk about in moderate level. So let's look at stress symptoms. First, we have acute stress, which is quite fast, it happens to us. Sometimes you can feel stressed for a short period of time. These types of positive stressors are short-lived, and your body's way of helping you get through what could be a tough situation. For example, when you join a marathon, before that, you get energetic, you got a little bit stressed. Also, when you have to attend examinations, like to the universities, you also get stressed. So in that scenarios, it is quite positive. It gives you energy, and it make you all the resources, mobilize all the resources. Then we have a chronic stress. If you let your stress spiral on for too long time, it can have damaging effects on your physical, mental, and emotional health, especially if it has become chronic. So this stress include headache. I think probably 30% or 40% of my clients have this problem. Trouble sleeping or sleeping too much. A good example is clients with depression or generic anxiety usually have a sleeping problem. Muscle pain or tension, digestive issues. Most of them do not eat well, so they lose weight dramatically in a short period of time, or change in sex drive, high blood pressure. Emotional effects of chronic stress include feeling you cannot get things done. I'll forget it, I'll leave it for tomorrow or next week. Moodiness, for example, my client today is only 14 years old. So he went mad yesterday. He shouted at her mother, and he smashed some valuables, laptops, mobile phones on the ground. So this was not him. So he didn't do this. And then anxiety and restlessness, like something's going to happen. Lack of motivation, irritability, sadness, or depression. So that's usually happen. What caused stress? First, being bullied. So when somebody shouted at you, you got problems, especially, in this COVID period of time, especially probably in Shanghai. Probably you watch the news, the most, part of the world is like kind of open. Shanghai, now we're having, very hard time. So sometimes some people get quite upset. So they shouted to other people. And when people got bullied or shouted at, they also get, were quite upset. They may do some things out of mind. And working too hard. When you work overtime and take a very big burden and losing your job, employment is also a problem. Marriage or relationship problems, recent breakup or divorce, death in the family. So yesterday I finished a 4-day hypnosis workshop, as I mentioned to Leila. In the workshop, I got students. She just lost her mother. Her mother is only 67 years old. So she's in such kind of a situation for almost 2 months. And she lost a weight of 10 kilo. I hope you have, some countries use pounds. That's a lot. So I gave her a hypnotherapy yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. Yesterday, she reported at the class. She said she's much better. And she had a very good sleep. Also, difficulties in schools. This happened a lot to students when they have difficulties with their teachers or classmates. And family problems, also busy schedule, also recent move. This is also a big, change. Many of my clients have these troubles when they move to a new school, or they started to live or study in a new country, like in England, in the US. Here, I would like you to consider or to reflect, what kind of people are easily affected? Because when people told me, said, my teacher is a very bad guy, he treated us, not good, but I would ask him, probably not else, probably in my heart. So why only one student out of 35 has such kind of trouble, while the rest 34 are okay? So we need to consider what caused that. When we talk about all these causes, that's, the environmental factors. So what is the factor from inside? How will you help them to get rid of stress as a clinical psychologist? Because Leila told me most of you are in psychology. Probably a lot of you are already clinical psychologists, or some young persons like a man, you're gonna be clinical psychologists. So we will move on carrying these two questions. As psychologists, we usually deal with stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety have a major impact on the health and the well-being of our patients. What if you could teach them simple techniques that could help them connect with their heart to manage stress and learn to regulate their emotions? It usually takes a long time, but I'm trying to shorten the time. In the early days in psychology, when Sigmund Freud just developed a psychoanalysis, it takes quite a long time to cure people. He uses, talking cure. They usually meet their clients 3 times or even more a week. And that therapy may last for 3 years, 4 years, or even longer. So today, we're looking to seek for much more effective ways to help our clients. So today, I'm going to share a much easier way, a very effective way to help our clients to get rid of stress and anxiety. Since it demonstrates that we can train our autonomic nerve systems to support our well-being. ANS, autonomic nerve system, is kind of a nerve system within our body. So our unconscious manages this ANS. When we breathe, when our heart, stomach, all the organs is working, is functional. So it's ANS, autonomic nerve system. Evidence-based techniques and technology provide objective and measurable ways to see improvements in physiological and behavioral functioning. So most of the techniques I'm talking about is from a perspective of behavioral therapy. But I'm also would inspire you to consider in humanistic psychology. So what happened to that person, particular person, and makes him or her have that problem? And what humanistic psychology plays a role in working together with behavioral therapy. I would like you to watch a very short video. Wait a moment. I hope you can hear the sound. Right. I hate it, Android.
You access the intelligence of the
right. Okay.
heart math tools and techniques really help you access the intelligence of the heart so we can make better choices in the moment and really navigate these stressful times. What we hear from people across the world, across all professions, is that stress, anxiety, and overwhelm are really out of hand. And a lot of this is due to so much change that's happening. And the way our brains work, we don't like change. Humans do not like change, especially unexpected change or change that we're not in control of. And as it turns out, one of the most effective ways to really reduce stress and anxiety and even feelings of overwhelm is to learn how to access the intelligence of the heart and shift the rhythms of the heart, which sends a different neural message to the brain. So one aspect of our research is really focused on developing simple, practical, user-friendly tools and techniques that allow people to really manage their stress. So a lot of people, probably even today, if you think about it, have had a situation where you were being told to do something or you wanted something, but there was a deeper sense or a deeper feeling that it's probably not the best choice. So that's what I mean by that lack of alignment. And that can really be a huge source of stress for people until they learn how to really get the alignment between the heart and brain, which is where coherence comes in. That's when the heart, mind, and emotions are aligned and working together harmoniously. Our basic research done here at the HeartMath Research Center focused more on the physiology of how the heart and brain communicate. Interestingly, a lot of people are surprised to learn that the heart sends more information through the nervous system to the brain than the other way around. And that sounds like some new discovery, but it's not. This has actually been known since the late 1800s. It's basic physiology. But this is important because the quality of these signals sent from the heart to the brain have profound effects on brain function, our mental clarity, even our emotional experience. So the brain is largely interpreting the signals from the heart to create how we feel. So this is why we focus on the heart so much, because if you can shift the rhythms of the heart, you can quickly improve brain function, reduce feelings of anxiety, stress, overwhelm, and so on. But it takes a different doorway, the heart. So the heart math tools and techniques are really designed to shift the rhythms of the heart, which changes the ascending information from the heart to the brain, which is absolutely necessary in order to establish a new baseline. And without establishing a new baseline, we really can't, it's impossible to have sustained change or improvements in our health and our emotional experience. So when we get our systems coherent and have the alignment between heart and brain, that's really when we access that deeper intuition that we have within, inner guidance. So we have a new sense of clarity in a lot of decisions that can seem complex otherwise.
Okay, thank you, Professor. So we just watched a very short video. In this video, Professor, he's one of the main founders of HeartMath. Has anybody heard about HeartMath? It's based in the US. All right, I got some message here. Stress is a feeling of emotional or physical tension. Thank you, Modi. And because Coherence says, overthinking about past events for future. Yeah, that's it. Recently, I faced stress for my exam. Okay, I had the same. Thank you for the contribution. So when we talk about stress, it's quite subjective, right? We have to measure as a science. So how serious, to what level your stress is. And we also need to examine the situation to evaluate the situation. Let's say if this client is with the real psycho disorders or some minor problems. So when it like a small window to see the physical side, the features, and how bad, how good. We also need to see as a therapist. So we have different kinds of therapists, psychotherapist, also we have a hypnotherapist. So is your therapy, useful? Does it work? How well or how bad? We need to see. Generally speaking, when we have psycho disorders, our body, so in the physical part, there are also problems. So just now, Professor talked about our heart connecting our brain and our whole nerve system. So let's continue this topic. Probably some of you have heard about that. I heard about this name, HeartMath, when I started in England. I have to refer to books to finish my papers. So when I talked about the performance in my papers, I heard, I saw in a lot of journals and books that mention about HeartMath. I was curious to know what is HeartMath. So what they do, that I started to Google them and found them. I will tell you the story later, carry on. So HeartMath found the heart is more powerful than our brain. The heart is about 100,000 times stronger electrically and up to 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. Actually, before this discovery, when we talk to people, for example, to my lover, to your lover, and said, I love you, we say, I love you from my heart, from the bottom of my heart. We don't say, I love you from the bottom of my head. So actually, people feel that difference from a long time, early time. Stress management starts in the heart. HeartMath Institute research has found that heartfelt emotions generate an optimal psychophysiological state called coherence. Coherence is a state which is good for our better performance, which is associated with improvements in health, well-being, and performance. Coherence can be seen and measured in the heart's rhythmic activity, also called heart rate variability, HRV in shortage. So when my clients come to me for help, usually they've already got diagnosed and also a report from their psychiatrist. And usually I've got a report of their HRV. So HRV gives us figures and enable us to see inside. So how serious the client is. Usually when we talk about meditation, nowadays meditation and mindfulness are very popular all through the world. Meditation and mindfulness also combined with the CBT is also a very popular area for researchers to investigate. But how, it's going on when we do meditation? Seeing is believing. HeartMath technology provides real-time visible evidence that our clients can control their thoughts and emotions. So I got a message here. Let me see. Okay, I got a screenshot. Thank you. With this technology, you can see our own heart rate variability pattern and learn to shift into coherence in real time. Here, I give a metaphor. So heart math technology give us a window into your emotional well-being. So with this technology and the device, we can see what's happening, every time, every minute, rather than being monotonously regular. So it's not always the same. The rhythm of our heartbeat is actually different. It's quite different. It's surprisingly irregular, with the time interval between different heartbeats. It's quite different. Let me show you a small chart. These are 4 different heartbeats, and we can see the distance, the duration between each heartbeat is changing. For example, the first gap between the first 2 beats is 0.859 seconds, which means the heartbeat rate is 70 beats per minute. And then we go to smaller and even smaller. That's very interesting. So this is also a very good area for psychologists to study. The normal variability in heart rate is due to the synergistic action of 2 branches of ANS, i.e. sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves. The former is like, is like the gas when you drive a car. When you step onto the gas pedal, your car starts to accelerate. When we have a task to do, for example, like a girl said, when she has to finish her paper, when she has to deal a lot of situations that gives her stress, our sympathetic nerve started to be activated, started to mobilize your heart. Usually your heart pressure is rising and your nerve system started to work harder. And the latter, parasympathetic nerve system, is on the contrary. It's just like the brake. So when you need to slow down your car and you initiate that, as usually our parasympathetic nerve systems is quite active during the night. And also, for Chinese people, they have the habit to take a break after lunch. So for that time, that won't happen. Usually, when a person is functional very well, the 2 parts usually they works in a very good coherence. This is similar like Chinese traditional medicine theory as yin and yang. It's very close to yin-yang theory. But what is yang? What is solar? What is lunar? Yang is very close to sympathetic nerve, which makes you more generatic and more active. And the yin is parasympathetic nerves. So why is HRV important? Scientists and physicians consider HRV to be an important indicator of health and fitness. Nowadays in China, most of the hospitals use this kind of biofeedback devices to detect what's happening inside. And among them, HRV is very important, is very popular now. As a marker of physiological resilience and behavioral flexibility, it reflects our ability to adapt effectively to stress and environmental demands. HRV is also a marker of a biological aging. Our heart rate variability is greatest when we are young. And as we age, the range of variation in our resting heart rate becomes smaller. Although the age-related decline in HRV is a natural process, having abnormally low HRV for one's age group is associated with the increased risk of future health problems and premature mortality. So you may be curious to know what is young according to you. So according to the research by Hartman, 25 years is like the peak. Our heart started to decline after 25. but it's different to different individuals. I mean, for some young people, their heart function is not so good. For some persons, even they're 16 or 70 years old, their heart function is still very good. Low HRV is also observed in individuals with a wide range of diseases and disorders. One of the most powerful factors that affect our heart's changing rhythm is our feelings and emotions. And that's two parts actually is the main job of psychologists. When our varying heart rate is plotted over time, the overall shape of the waveform produced is called the heart rhythm pattern. I will show you next slide. The emotions we experience directly affect our heart rhythm pattern, and this in turn tells us much about how our body is functioning. So let's look at this graph. So the upper one, the curves, reflects a state of a person. So we use this a device, something that looks like this. It's quite portable now, but only 5 years ago, it's not that easy. It's with a long wire, you have to connect it to your device. But now we have this, it's called universal Bluetooth version. All you have to do is to put this sensor on here or here, where you like, and connect this device to any of your laptop, your mobile phone, or your iPad. Then we will have this curve. So the upper one shows a state with frustration. Frustration is it stands for a group of very bad emotional experience. You can see that it's quite irregular, the curves, and there are some like sore, teeth, something like that. And the lower one is called appreciation. It reflects when a person is in a very good situation, and emotionally and physically. So let's talk about emotional stress, including emotions such as anger, frustration, and anxiety. So we name it as frustration. Gives rise to heart rhythm patterns that appear irregular and erratic. The HRV waveform looks like a series of uneven, jagged peaks. In contrast, positive emotions send a very different signal throughout our body. When we experience uplifting emotions such as appreciation, joy, care, and love, our heart rhythm patterns becomes highly ordered, looking like a smooth, harmonious. This is called a coherent heart rhythm pattern. When we are generating a coherent heart rhythm, the activity in the two branches of the ANS is synchronized and the body system operates with increased efficiency and harmony. It's no wonder that positive emotions feel so good. They actually help our body system synchronize and work better. There's a lot of evidences. I'll give you the website. If you like, you can go to the website. There are a lot of useful tools and information there, a lot of evidence in their researches. Coherence is a state of optimal function. Positive emotions facilitates a psychophysiological coherence because it is characterized by increased order and harmony in both our psychological, includes mental and emotional, and physiological bodily processes. Psychophysiological coherence is a state of optimal function. When we activate this state, our physiological systems function more effectively, efficiently. We experience greater emotional stability. We also have increased mental clarity that improved cognitive function. For example, when a client with depression, she or he might feel the world is gray. He must feel that it's meaningless the whole life. He or she even, commit suicide to end their lives. But when they become better, I got a client. She's a lady. She's a yoga teacher. So she had depression about 3 months ago. When she initially came to me for help. So it's like She lost all the hope and interest of the whole world. But when she, get better, we cannot say recovered. So 3 months later, like she's quite positive. So in a very short period of time, she opened another 3 branches. So she's not quite busy. She's a very successful businesswoman and a yoga teacher. And everything happened just in 3 or 4 months. So their combination, their thinking is different. It's quite positive now. Simply stated, our body and brain work better. We feel better and we perform better. It's not only our emotion. Here we also show 3 different parts of our body and mentality. First of all, our breath, our respiration, our breath is different. If you can see, there are 2 parts, the left part and third part. And the vertical direction, there are 3 different parts. So the first layer is our breath. Second layer is heart rate variability. Not only these 2 parts, also our blood pressure, rhythm also different. And we can see in the middle, there's the divider line. And left to the divider line is the common state when a client is before she is intervened, and the right side is a situation reflects the state when he or she is got intervened. I will teach you some techniques that is very fast. It can very fast to help your client or help yourself. And that's very useful. But how do we know it works or it doesn't work? I will show you. So I have this device, and I also will project the screen of my iPad there so that everybody can see. So it's not simply the HR way. It's a difference. It makes difference to different parts. The graphs show an individual's heart rate variability, blood pressure, rhythm, and also respiration rhythm over 10 minutes period, as I just explained. So what we're going to do is we start to recognize stress, then release stress, and we help our clients to find the balance, and we help them to build resilience. So all this can be done within a 50 minutes session. All we're going to do is to shift from stress, this regulation, adding coherence to self-regulation, coherence, and resilience. HRV coherence is a new frontier, not only in psychology, in different perspectives. For example, in business field, people also found in leadership, when people's state is better, the performance in business is also much, much better. So let's do that. I will guide you to experience this shift from frustration to appreciation. And this graph also shows the inside, but everything starts happen to the heart. Then the heart will connect to the brain. Then the brain will control and affect our ANS, parasympathetic nerve and sympathetic nerve. Thus will make things different. Our body, physical, emotional. Okay, here were some examples I'm going to show you. So first of all, look at this chart. This is an important part. This is the screen you're going to see. Sorry, this is in Chinese, but I'll explain a little bit. Here is the coherence. This is the indicator of coherence. You may ask, what is normal? What is not normal? So this is not normal. This is actually a state of one of my clients. So he's with anxiety, generic anxiety, and also depression. It's a long time. It's been a long time. So usually the average should be something between 1.2 to 1.7. So most of you, okay? Here is the curve. You can see that the curve is irregular. you can see a lot of differences here. And the 3 different colors, I think we can use our culture to judge it. Green is always a very good state. And blue is just middle, not good, not bad. But red color means it's not good. So if it locates in the red color, it means stressed, anxious. You can see this person, most of his is located in the blue and red zone. Only a very small part is in the green. So here shows the heart rate 67. He's 46 years old. And here, this part, you will see 3 different areas. So this area, the first gray area in the left shows the spectrum. The bars is actually, the energy in sympathetic nerve area. And this area, the gray area in the right, actually reflects the energy or how much is activated in parasympathetic nerve area. And here is called coherence area. So when we are working, thinking, so we need our sympathetic nerve system activated work, which means most of the bars should move over there. And when we need to go to bed, when sleep, so this parasympathetic nerve system is activated so that we can fall to sleep in a short period of time and enjoy a very good sleep, a very good night. Unfortunately, so this person, his is not regular. So it's like scattered. And also here, this figures indicates how much energy he has. In average, our energy should be something between 120 to 300. So that's quite normal. Most of us are located in this area. But you can see his is below 30, which means he's very weak and he's very negative. So these are figures we show. And next one, look at this one, it's quite different. The indicator of coherence is 7. This is very, very high. And all the area, all the time, all through the time, 11 minutes, is in the green section, green field. And also look at HRV curve. It's very regular, very good. And also here, the energy level is 600. And also here is in the middle. So the bars, energy bars in the middle, which means yin yang, the coherence is the best, it's very good. So in a minute, I will take mine. I will show mine. So before intervention, I will show you my average chart. I hope my state is quite good today. Otherwise, I'm going to lose face. And I will show you the shift when I do the technique. So you will see how fast things are going to be changed. Okay, here is something different. I'll show you. This state actually is the deep trance or deep hypnosis state. This is also done by myself. This is a bit different. Okay, so you look here. When you're in deep trance, deep hypnosis, your energy is very low, extremely low. Sometimes it's even close to 0. Here you can see the highest is only 4. So this is one of the features. And second feature is the bars are quite scattered, which means it's difficult for you to consider, calculate. So this is the state of a deep trance, but we're not going to talk about this. If you're interested, next time I will be talking about hypnosis and what hypnotherapy is going to do in clinical psychology. And now, I think first I will do that. So do you want to see mine? I will do this. I will show you. So I will connect and take my biological features. So that's very easy. Connect to there. And there's an easy clip onto my jacket. And here is the So it's not connected. You probably can see it. I hope you do. The curves are start to show. It usually takes 47 minutes, a second, sorry, not that long. Let me see if I can. Give me a minute, please. Person.
Dear all, please, if you don't mind, turn on your camera. And please, you join me, please write in the chat box from which country and which city in India you're joining us, and please mention field of your study and which industry are you working in. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leila. It's very useful. And I will also share the PowerPoint, the file to you. So no worries, you don't have to take notes. So it connects to the Bluetooth, the speaker. I have to disconnect the speaker. It's like hijacked by the speaker, Bluetooth.
That's fine, doctor. Thank you so much, Amin. Thank you, Charlotte and Fatima. Thank you for turning on your camera. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you, Sutapa, Sarah, Somaye, Zahra, Vihar, Vikas, Pooja. Please turn on your camera. Haripuriya, Sadaf, Sabiha, Iram, Mehrish, Gosha, and please mention from which country you are joining us. Joy, Abhishek, Modi, Nitu, Gary, Vikas. Thank you, Vikas, for turning on your camera. Parveen, Miraj. Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You're so excited to see your beautiful faces. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions, please write in the chat box. At the end of the session, we will answer your question.
Yeah, please. We'll have a Q&A time around 10 to 15 minutes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I see your beautiful faces. Thank you so much. I see Pooja, Sada. Fatima Najafi written, hello, dear doctor. Thanks for your fantastic presentation. Aman Kochhar is written, a first-year student of psychology from Delhi, India. Very good. Thank you. Fatima Najafi from Iran. Yeah, thank you. So amazing. Thank you. Fatima Faruqi, what is the state of our heart during depression and anxiety?
Okay.
Somiya, thanks for nice presentation. Okay, doctor? Is it ready? Or shall
yeah, it's ready. I'll show you. Now look at this.
Over to you. Yeah, please.
I will stop sharing my screen for the moment.
Thank you. Mehdish, thank you. Mehdish from India. And Sadaf, I'm India. I'm doing MA in psychology. Thank you. Oh, very good. Fantastic. Ram
Ram,
Servan
okay.
from India, pursuing psychology from New Delhi. Thank you.
Good. I see myself in my face. Right. Now, you look at, I believe you can see this chart. Look at it. My coherence at the moment is 1.34. Yeah, I'm in the scope. Yeah, so I'm quite normal. And also my energy level is 170, 50, something like that. And my sympathetic nerve area is activated because I'm talking to you. I have to consider, I have to reflect, I have to, talk to myself. I have to work hard. So that's it. And also my curve is not quite regular because when you have stress, obviously I am having stress because I have to talk to you. This stress is not a negative word, it's quite neutral. So it's like that. But when we work with our client who come in for help with like stress, anxiety, we need to demo, we need to show them that it really works. We need to intervene and work with them. After your therapy, then you see the difference, which is quite positive, not negative way. So I'm going to use this technique, which I'm going to teach you, and you will see the difference, right? I will show this chart. I have to carry it. Hope it works, but okay. I hope this won't take too long time. All right, good. A bit like that. Yeah, it's better. Okay. I got started. I'm going to demonstrate Qi Gong, Chinese Gong Fu. Okay. You see that?
That's a very good coherence state, yeah? You see that? You see the curves in the middle. So that's ideal charge. And that's result is exactly, oh, sorry, what we're going to show to our client and exactly what they want. Now I break my state. You can see that? Starting from here, I start to be stressed again. So this stress is not too bad. So we got Vika's question here. Is it possible to control stress and emotions of a human being? Yes, that's a good question, but very general question. We have different ways to intervene. This is only one way, very fast way. So let me finish this, and we're going to discuss from other directions and perspectives how we manage stress, because it's very interesting. For example, some people get stressed easily, some not. Some, it's quite elastic, the psychology, some not. Okay, so I will start to share my screen again. Let's finalize this first. So as just showed you, initially I just experienced this. This kind of curve, HIV curve, is usually happened when you are working hard, right? So when we have stress. And here is a state when we guide our client to a high coherence state. So we got a lot of research support, evidence. We got evidence. When we teach our client, some people are difficult for them to conduct by themselves. So we usually need to guide them. I usually task them to do 4 times every day, the technique that I'm going to teach you. Usually after 2 weeks, their performance and their state, their stress management is completely different. We can see how fast it is. Right now, this is the technique I'm going to share with you. So there are altogether 6 different steps. Step 1, in peripheral vision state, I believe you know that. Peripheral vision state is like that. Don't focus on anything. Just let everything in your eyesight, comes to your eye. Don't focus. Peripheral vision state. Find a point in the far left, but do not move your eyeball. Do not move that. Let's keep your eyes straight in peripheral level vision. And find a spot or an object in your far left side and another one in your right. And draw a line to connect them with the imaginary line. If you like, you can also, make different color to it, like red color, this line. At the same time, you're going to select another point or object in the top and another in the bottom and make another line to connect it. So now you have a cross there and there is a joint point in the middle. So now we have 5 different points, points in the middle and 2 points here, 2 points here. Now, what you're going to do is, in your imagination, imagine to erase all the lines, but only leave those 5 points. Focus on those 5 points at the same time. This is not an easy task, ladies and gentlemen. You have to focus the 5 points at the same time. It's something like you're lost. You don't know what to do. If you're in that state, it's a correct state. So you're going to focus on that 5 points. So that's first step. That's very important step. If you are not in that state, do not carry on. Come back and make sure you are in this right state. When you are in a very good peripheral vision state, and you focus 5 different points altogether. And step 3, locate, so actually I covered step 1, 2, and 3. And step 4, Keep this state and do 5 deep breaths. Each breath lasts 10 seconds, which means take a breath, inhale 5 seconds. Exhale 5 seconds. So 1 deep breath lasts for 10 seconds. And step 5, carry on. And this is going to last 10 deep breaths, okay? And then carry on the above mission. Kinesthetically focus on your heart. You're going to focus on your heart at the same time. So that's extra task. At the same time, you also focus on that 5 points. Focus on your deep breath. And then start to focus kinesthetically, focus on your heart. And 10 more deep breaths. And step 6, close your eyes. Only focus on your breath and your heart, then 10 more breaths. So altogether, only 30 breaths. And each breath only takes 10 seconds, which means every minute you can do 6 breaths. And altogether, this technique only lasts for 5 minutes. That's all. And all you have to do is to do 4 times a day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the noon, probably after lunch, 1 in the afternoon, and the last one before you go to bed. So 6 steps. Have you got any question about these 6 steps? But I'll share with you. I'll send the file to Leila so that Leila can send, share with you by emails. I believe she has all your emails. Okay. So how it works? Studies conducted with over 11,500 people have shown improvements in mental and emotional well-being in just 6 to 9 weeks using HeartMath training and technology. 24% improvement in the ability to focus. So the ability to focus is very important for students, especially middle school students. A 30% improvement in sleep, 38% improvement in calmness, 46% drop in anxiety, 48% drop in fatigue, 56% drop in depression. And guess what? Many years ago, when I was in England, I heard about this name, and today I'm one of their business partner in China. If you go to their website, heartmath.com, this is the official website, and you click international resellers, you'll find me, my name, Shandong Kevin Liang, Psychological Counseling Company Limited, and the contact is my assistant. Oh, you may ask, can I find in India? Yes, you can. I searched and found there are 2 companies partnered. I'm sorry, I haven't got a chance to check other countries, but you can go to their website and you can contact them for help. And also you can buy their devices. There are different devices. This one is the most portable one. It's very easy to use. You just carry and go. You can take it anywhere. You can, work with your client. Some of the clients, they would rather to buy one. So the price, retail price on the official website is only something like 150 US dollars. Yeah, something like that. So it's not quite expensive. And most of the clients, if they can pay your tuition, your fees, I think they can buy one. It's quite useful. So there are 2 companies and business partner based in India. And for the rest of the other countries, you just go to the website and check for them. Here are some testimonies. Jack, my staff and my family use the Inner Balance. Inner Balance is this portable device. They also got M-Wave. They also got more professional ones, which you can use at home, connect to your laptop. But this one, you can use it simply with your mobile phone or your iPad or any Android phones or tablets. Many people do not know how to intentionally create the emotional states they want. The Inner Balance Trainer is ideal for easily and effortlessly accomplishing this. Also, Wendy. in my practice, many patients have been meditating for years, but still have abnormal nervous system and renal function. Once they add in the inner balance technology with coherence techniques, things shift. Coherence practice makes meditation easier. The heart rhythm feedback helps people be more efficient. Even I will find myself drifting unless I am monitoring my heart rhythm. I feel the same, guys. Even today, sometimes I'm not quite sure because I do not know exactly how objectively it happens inside. And the device gives me, indicates me exactly what's happening. And who need this technique? Health professionals using HeartMath interventions have facilitated health improvements in patients with stress, anxiety, depression, addiction, chronic pain, trauma, things like that. So usually it's for a psychological therapist. It's used in behavioral health and medical settings. Why behavioral? So this is something, it's about psychology. Behavioral therapy is very effective for, disorders like OCD, like a generic anxiety and also depression, especially for OCD. Behavioral psychology does not, care about the causes. They do not care about whom you are. They only care about how fast, easy I can help you to cure the problems, i.e. stress, anxiety, depression, things like that. So behavioral psychologists usually, it's more interested in such kind of things. I know there is an OCD center based in England, which is quite useful. They use something similar like this. I'm not 100% sure. Probably they already use this technique, health professionals. And in medical centers. We in medical centers around the country have been using our training and technology, country means the United States, with veterans for over 10 years. Our techniques and technology have been found to be helpful for PTSD, traumatic brain injury, and chronic pain, as well as weight management. Yeah, I also use a little girl, she's in high school. So about 4 months ago, she's something like 100 kilograms, so it's quite fat. 3 months later, she reduced by 20 kilograms. And now she's even less. So it's also very useful in weight management. Manage your heart, master your life. My best wishes to you, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, and your beloved one, because when you get very good emotional and physical condition, that means your life quality is much better. Your performance in life is much better. Your connection with your beloved ones and with others is much better. So here is a quote from Chaudhry, the main founder and the leader of HeartMath. Dare to connect with your heart. You will be lifting not only yourself and those who you love and care about, but also the world in which you live. So that's all the content I share with you. Finally, I also got a question for you. It's kind of like a reflection. So as psychologists, what inspirations do humanistic psychology and behavioral psychology give us in reducing stress and anxiety? For some clients, their only purpose is to reduce or eliminate their stress and anxiety. For others, usually young clients, like teenagers, they're not only here to get rid of their stress and anxiety, they're also here to improve their personality so that in the future, when they have environmental stress, they can cope with them easily. So make sure that will not happen. I'll leave this question with you. We can also discuss here, or you can discuss later when you come back. So thank you for your time and thank you for your attention. Is there any questions or any feedbacks?
Thank you so much, Doctor. It was a fantastic presentation.
Thank you.
I guess most of attendees, they enjoyed. I see from the messages are passing here. Yeah, Chen Xian is written. The 6 steps are very clear. And thanks, Dr. Liang. We got nice experience. Thank you. Please answer Dr. Liang question. Want to hear from you guys, please.
Yeah, we got some feedbacks. Thank you. Thank you, Chen Xuan, and thank you, because nice experience there. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love this job. I love to work with my clients. And also, I myself also suffered from anxiety and depression. So I think that's a great value for me, and a gift from God, so that I understand how my clients feel. And also I tried this for several years. It's quite useful. Probably you cannot imagine, for a period of time, I have to work 20 hours a day. That's crazy. You know, when I have to work, had to train in China, the daytime, I have to train them 9 hours during the daytime. Unfortunately, it's a very bad schedule. I have to work, you know, take time different Europe. I have to train in another group of people online, another 8 or 9 hours during my evening, my evening time. But I survived, you know. So this kind of technology and a device is really helpful to me. Yeah, thank you.
Kothar wants to ask question. He raised his hand. Am I allowed to give access
please.
to him? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Aman, please.
Sure. Yes, Aman Kothar. Over to you. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Actually, there was a bit issue with in my mind, or what I can say. I teach students of class 11th and 12th and the lower classes also. For 11th and 12th, it's humanities in India, like taking up history and political science and psychology as well. And for the lower classes, the basic subjects like math, science, and English and social studies. Sometimes, like my one batch is getting and over. My one batch is getting over, and after a bit of time, like about 1 hour and 2 hours, another batch comes in, and I get a bit stressed over that. Like, how can I cope up with so much of students? So, what should I do for that? And for that reason, I sometimes yell at students that I don't know how to cope up with that.
Yeah, Ahmed, can you please get closer to your microphone, because it's a little bit far away. Yeah. Oh, use Bluetooth microphone.
Yes. Am I not audible?
Yes, better now. Yeah. Can you explain your question again a little bit slower?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I was telling that I am a teacher, not a professional teacher. I just take tuition.
You're a teacher. Okay. What do you teach?
For 11th and 12th, I teach humanities. That takes up history, political science, and psychology as well. Oh. And for the lower classes, it's the basic subjects like maths, social science, and science, and English, those ones. Okay. So sometimes, like in the evening and in the afternoon, my batch starts. There are students of class like 7th and 8th standard. And after that, another batch comes in, and I get a bit of stressed up and I get frustrated. I've been teaching for around 2 years now, but every time, and mostly, I would say that in a week, 2 or 3 times, I get frustrated. Like, how many students? How should I cope up with so much of students? And for that, and after that, for this reason, for my stress, I yell at students, or I just I don't hit or punish them. I just say them like in a loud tone that I feel that not so good for them. What should I do for that?
So do you mean you hope to find a good way to work with your students so that your students can be more interested in your teaching and have better communication with you? Am I correct? If not, please correct me. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, Aman, I don't think I quite get your question. Can you please, just ask a question and talk a little bit slower? Yeah, your mic is not open now. You mute yourself.
Yeah. No, it's not with the interaction with the students. I'm good with them. But the basic point is that I'm right now teaching, suppose, a group of 10 students.
A group of 10 students, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just taking up an example. Right now I'm taking up 10 students at a time for 2-hour session or for 1 hour class. After 1 hour, another batch comes in with the 10 or 15 students. I get stressed up for that time being. For that moment of time, for that 5 to 10 minutes, I get stressed up a lot.
Okay, so 2 different batches of students, right? Do you teach the same thing? Teach them same thing? Okay,
no,
and?
No, not the same time. Like after 1 hour.
Right, so yeah, different benches, like class 1, class 2. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
My
Kevin,
question
I can explain. I understood the question. If you would have been, what he says is, Aman says he's teaching different subjects to different students of different classes. Now, for example, from 1 to 2 p.m., he teaches to class 10th.
Right.
And from 2 to 3, there is another batch, which is 10th, 12th, right? He teaches them history. Now, between that time, when he switches from class 1 to class 2, when the other batch comes in, because there's a lot of stress in between, he's teaching so many students.
All right.
And a group of students come in and he gets stressed and he sometimes shouts at them, because he's under stress. He is asking, how does he cope up with that stress while dealing with the students from batch 1 to batch 2 or batch 3?
Okay. Yeah, thank you for your translation. Yeah, good. Thank you. That's very clear. Yeah, I think I had similar problems before. I used to teach in a school. I teach them English at that time. I also experience the same thing. So sometimes I even only have 15 minutes, break. So yeah, I also face that stress. I probably also give you some suggestions that other people will also give you. For example, take a deep breath and go out for a walk. And you can play snooker or other things. But what I do, I just finished a 4-day workshop for hypnotherapy. At that 8 hours teaching, that's quite long. And also how to, talk with different people. What I do is to refresh myself is I find somewhere which is very quiet and very safe. I sit there, I put my arms over there, I look forward straight, and I make myself in peripheral vision state. I started to use this technique. This technique is called hot lock-in technique. But I changed at least a little bit. And it's much easier for starter to use, for beginners to use. You can search on HeartMath. So my suggestion is, if you do not have much time to relax and to reflect yourself, just do this, just only 5 minutes. So 5 minutes later, you'll find you're like refreshed totally. You're a new man. So it's much easier for you to control your emotions. And you're energetic again, you will have enough energy and interest to work with another group of students. Try it. It really helps. Okay. Thank you for the question.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we have Gail. Gail also have a question.
Just a minute. No. Just a minute. Unmute. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, Aman, you've already got a beginning of your solution is because you are aware of a problem. Awareness, recognition that you want to change is the biggest step anybody has to make to change themselves, their environment, or to pass on the techniques we've learned today to others. That's the hardest thing when someone is troubled or has problems in their life, is for someone to admit that they are aware that the problem is within themselves. Once they admit that, all change happens very quickly and very miraculously with techniques that were shared today. But it's getting someone to be aware that, hey, I got to catch myself. Every mother runs into this. Being angry with the children, the constant mom, 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 mom. Sometimes you want to just, So you have to take a deep breath, and you have to sometimes, as we learned today, distance a bit, just for a few minutes. Distance in your mind. Go in your mind to a happy place. Remember the good dinner you're going to have for supper tonight. Take a deep breath and say, okay, new group of people. I'm reaching new minds. I'm going to help them. I love them. This is what I love to do. I already heard you say that. So
such a brilliant point. Thank you, Gail. Yeah. I cannot agree with you more. So that's really the most important point. So first of all, you have to be aware of that problem, and you are keen to get development to be much better. So that's actually also our first step, is to establish trust with our client and making client to be clear about where they are now and where they can be and they're gonna be. So it's our job to help them to make this gap, to fill this gap, and to guide them to be there, to their ideal, to be their goal. So well done. You're a very young teacher. Can I ask how old you are, Aman? I can't hear you. 24. Okay. Good. I was a college student when I was 24. Young teacher.
I'm in the first year of my psychology also.
Okay, good. Good. Well done. So thank you all for your time. If you don't have questions here, and I wish you all the best. And I wish to talk to you next time soon. Have a good night. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you, everybody, for attending this class. We had some, in chat box, written, I think the heart match technology is very useful. 5.6 steps, 10 breaths will be very helpful. Aman Coach Heart 24, Charlotte, thank you very much. Neetu Himashu Gaur, thank you. Abhishek, thank you very much. Sara Chuptashani, Heart, Red Heart. And Kevin, Dr. Kevin Liang, www.heartmatch.com.
That's the website.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Kevin. Everybody, please, if you have any comment, suggestion, please don't hesitate to write in chat box. It was very lovely session, Dr. Kevin. It was fantastic, and your presentation was awesome. Thank you, Aman, for your question. Thank you, Gail. Always you are cooperating, and we are with us. Gail is our senior consultant midwife and in our education panel and our consultant. So she's hypnotherapist and hypnobirth midwife as well. Charlotte, very useful technology. Thank you, Charlotte. Mehvish, thank you so much. Thank you again. Thank you, guys. We are going to have another session in near soon. And 5th of May, yes, Doctor, yes, please.
Can you all, turn on your cameras for a second so that we can take a picture, then we say bye to each other?
Yeah.
Please,
yeah, very nice.
If you don't mind, please turn on your camera. Yeah, we want to see all of your beautiful face, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Fabulous. Wow, so lovely. Thank you, Aman, Fatima.
Your faces, beautiful faces.
Gary, Pooja, Haydar, Charlotte, Chen. Thank you. Please, please. We want to see your beautiful shining face. Me too. Joy. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Please smile. We want to see your smiling face. And we will have 5th of May, International Day of Midwife, with very fantastic speaker. And we have another session with Dr. Kevin. First of all, write your comments, suggestion, and your feedback. And we are going to come back very soon to you guys. Thank you so much, everybody. Love you.
Thank you. Thank you, Leila.
Thank you.
Dr. Kevin.
Thank
See you next
you.
time. Good night.
Dr.
Thank you,
Kevin.
Jay.
Thank you so much.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much from India.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.